All right, so today's lesson is 1.05 AA criterion. You're thinking, what is AA? You're going to find out in this lesson. So you need your math notebook, pencil, calculator. Again, make sure you are taking notes, working out those problems, and we'll go ahead and get started. So we've got our essential question. How do you find the missing angles of a triangle when given a measurement of a similar one? Today, I'm going to solve problems involving angle relationships in triangles so that I can determine the missing angles of a triangle. I will know I got it if I can analyze the diagram to determine the missing measurements of a triangle. So this should be a review. You learned about similar triangles in 7th grade. They're triangles that have the same shape but not necessarily the same size. So triangle ABC, this is the symbol for similar, is similar to triangle DEF. Now the order of these letters make a difference. So let's look at our angles. We see down here, angle A is congruent, which means the same size as angle D. So look here. So angle A is here, the first position, so is D. And angle B is congruent to E. And then C is congruent to F. So that makes a difference. Now if we look at our sides, we have AB. Oops, that red's not showing up. AB over DE is equal to BC over EF. And then AC over DF. That should be an equal sign there. So let me put that in. Let me grab that and put that a little bit higher. All right, so this should also have an equal sign here. So they are proportional. All right, so that means they're equal ratios on the side lengths. But again, you have to be careful with making sure that you're using the correct order. See this AB, AB, and then that corresponds with DE. BC corresponds with EF. And then AC corresponds with DF. All right, let's look at another example here. So what are the corresponding sides? Now they're not turned or anything, so it's pretty straightforward because you can see that you have AC and DF. Now if you look at that ratio, corresponding sides, it's 4/8. Now it should be congruent to AB over DE, which is, I'm going to just put that down here. Now when you simplify 4/8, that's 1/2, and so is this one. So they are the same ratio. Then the last one is 8/16, which also simplifies to 1/2. Then it says, what are the corresponding angles? All right, so you can see they have the same measure, C and F. Angles C and F are corresponding, oops, and angle F. Then A and D, and then B and E are corresponding. So corresponding angles are congruent, same size, and then corresponding sides will have the equal ratios. So this corresponds here, this is here, and those, and they all have the same ratio. They're proportional. All right, so let's try this. You gotta be careful because they're similar triangles. They are similar. It's just one's turned a little bit. So you want to actually look at the angles first because they have the measures here. So angle A corresponds with angle F. So I'm going to just put A and F, line them up here. And then we look at B and E. And then the C and D are the same. Okay, so that means that triangle, that's our symbol, ABC is similar to triangle FED. Now I put that, it's important to put it in that order because you might get the sides confused when looking at this because this triangle has been, it's larger and it's turned. So we go with the AB corresponds with FE. And it's going to be the same ratio as BC to ED. And then our third one, we do AC and FD. So simple question, what is the measurement of angles C and D? Well, we know that triangles add up, the interior angles add up to 180. So you're going to add the 49 plus the 32, and that equals 81. So, sorry, it's going to be 180 minus the 81, and it's 99 degrees. All right, so we kind of combined what we talked previously during this unit, so just make sure you understand that. So this one is similar to one of the quiz questions that you might have. So it says, drag and drop a phrase to make the statement true. So it's either similar or not similar. So what we know is the angles will all have to be the same size, or the corresponding angles will have to be the same size. So we have 80, 80. This one's 40. This one's 60. So you've got to find the missing angles because these are turned, so you can't assume that these are going to match up correspondingly. So 80 plus the 60 is 140, and so you're going to do 180 minus the 140 to figure out this angle is 40. Boom, there it is. And you could show that this is equal to 60 by doing 80 plus 40 is 120, and 180 minus the 120. So if all angles, corresponding angles are congruent, and they are, then they are similar triangles. So you would drag that to the box. So this one, it says select either similar or not similar. There is enough information to conclude that the two triangles are either similar or not if x is 48. So this is 48. This is a right angle, so we know that's 90. And then those two add up to 138. And you do 180 minus 138. And you do your math. You can do it on the calculator. That's equal to 42. This says 40. This is 90. Those two add up to 130. And 180 minus 130 is 50. So they are not similar because those angle measures are different. Last one. So we're going to select either similar or not similar. And it says here AB is parallel to DE. So this is parallel to this. We do know that these are vertical angles, so we know this is 50. And then we add these together to get 50 plus 65 is 115. So we're going to do 180 minus 115 to find out what angle D is. And that is equal to 65. So this one is 65. Now we know that This C here is 130. And then we have to determine if these are 65 and 65. All right, we know that they are going to be similar because these two are parallel. If those weren't parallel, they were off-centered, then that wouldn't work. So these are similar based on that fact. All right, please make sure you complete your OMS lesson, go through every part, take notes, work out those problems.